people are dying out there in numbers. That is bringing about the order that we need. Because people are dying out there in numbers. They're getting killed. We have got so many problems. But when people come to church, they find that refuge. But on the other hand, I saw it when I saw what you were doing. I could see that democracy is like they're doing this. I don't see them that they know God. And maybe I'm going to ask you this question. Was I wrong? Are you a Christian? Are you a church person? Do you understand the things of the gospel? Be truthful with me. Be truthful in front of these people. Were you talking from a position of knowledge deliberately? Or some of the things it was because you didn't have an understanding of how church things go?
No, I think because online I didn't say I didn't say nothing, but I was like things that were said. I was there, but I didn't maybe say, "Hey, Nama, no, Pastor Mukhuba doing this." I said,
"Yeah." The question that I'm asking, just answer that one. I just want an answer to that one. Yokuti. Ungumzalwane na uyazi understand lezi zinto na bo provide leyo platform kulezi zinto ezingamanga ngamabomu or wena maybe sithi ezinye izinto awuzi understanding ngoba awukho ngaphakathi ileyo nto ngiyibuza.
Yeah, ezinye izinto angisunderstand because angikho ngaphakathi.
Some of the things I don't understand because I'm not inside.
That is what I wanted you to tell these people ukuthi it's not like ngaphakathi esontweni. I am born again like you. No. I wanted everybody to understand that I'm right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wanted you to just clarify that. To clarify that. So I could see myself that lo muntu lezi zinto akazi nobungozi bazo ukuthi kuyingozi kangakanani.
Hello everyone, welcome to Castle City. So you guys, a color of your problem is what with me, because guys, I don't talk about things like this. The thing that I refuse to talk about on any platform or with anybody is religion. Religion is polarizing because everybody is pulling in different directions. Everybody thinks they know what is the truth. Now, as I was growing up, I'm just going to do this once and once only. And because I'm doing this, because you guys asked me for my opinion. Operative word here, opinion. And I'm going to give my opinion about what took place between Chris Network as well as Pastor Mukhuba. I don't know who Pastor Mukhuba is, but I know who Chris is because when Chris's channel was still growing, and my channel was still growing, when I had that one channel, we were interacting, we're supporting each other. We would watch each other's videos, so for watch time and things like that. So we build that online friendship like that. Of course, Chris's channel took off after, what's his name? Pastor Enigma started coming on that channel, right? And then, of course, as you guys already know what Mr. Enigma was saying, Ujesu Uti, Ujesu Uti, everything was about Ujesu Uti. At some point, Pastor or Brother Enigma began to target individuals and say things that he says there are messages from God. And one of those messages, which I did not watch, I did not know something like this was even happening, because I am not in that space where I listen to people getting judged or people are being discriminated against on the basis of some Bible verse. I don't participate in things like that. I believe what I believe about God, that God is two things as far as I'm concerned: love and forgiveness. Those are the two natures of God that I've grown up to know about. And if the third thing I should also add is that, I think it's John 3:16 or something. So God God, well, how does God go? So God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. You already know what happened there. So that means when God's son went to the cross and died and rose on the third day, our sins were atoned. So meaning that there is no such a thing as I am better than you because I am closer to God. I'm of the view that this say that I am God's favor. There's no way in the Bible God will talk about favoritism being a sin and then you accuse God of favoring you when things are going well. It never makes sense to me. It will never make sense to me. It does something very evil in somebody else's psychic, especially somebody that is going through hardship, where they might even think, oh, so that means God doesn't love me. So that means God doesn't favor me. He favors other people. That is exactly what you're trying to say about God, that he's a classist. He has a group of people that he loves, and he has a group of people that he doesn't love. And all of these things are things that I do not associate myself with. So now, the other thing that I learned about the Son of God is that when he was on earth going through persecutions, false accusations, guess what Jesus did? He looked up and said to God, please take this cup away from me unless I drink it. He went on Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights and he fasted. And guess who was them trying his best to distract him from the purpose that he was doing on that mountain? Yeah. And then we have people who self-claimed that they are people of God, anointed inverted commas. And as a result of that, they are beyond reproach, untouchable. You can criticize them, you can persecute them, and yet they will still tell you that I am a Christian, I am born again. And then they point their finger at you and say, you are doing what you're doing because you are not born again. You are not a Christian. There's a difference between being born again and being a Christian. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, but let's look what the Bible says. It says nothing of that nature. Absolutely nothing. People have distorted God and God's image, and as a result of that, people are now confused and others are doing as they please. If you listen to Pastor, in my opinion, humiliating Chris Network and his crew by saying that he's not a Christian, he's saying things in a point of view. Obviously, Christians believe that those that are not Christians are going to you know where. So she's looking at that candidate that is not going to go to heaven along with her that was speaking and persecuting her. And I'm thinking if you look at the definition of the word Christian means Christ-like. So if you are going to follow Christ, I believe you are going to go through some really difficult times, including lies being said about you, just like how Jesus was, to a point where he was nailed on the cross. So if you proclaim to be a Christian or a Christ-like, if you go through something like what Pastor Mukhuba had gone through, she should have said, my God, please take this cup away from me unless I drink it. While you're taking your faith and your innocence and you are putting it in God's hand. That's what I would have thought she would have done. But then again, listen, our names, our good names are important to us as well. That is why I support Pastor Mukhuba going to the court to say, hey, there's a man out there using a platform that is defaming my name, and I am here to get legal remedy and either a public apology or 500,000 rand as it would be rewarded. And I understand that Pastor Mukhuba did win the case against Pastor Enigma and Chris Network. And I think all she wanted from them is an apology. And now we are seeing them on stage at Pastor Mukhuba's church, basically making a public apology. I would have thought it would have ended right there. You are forgiven, my children. Now, thank you. Let us get back to God's business. But no, let's interrogate you first. And now it's no longer looking Christian to me anymore. Now it's looking like you are being put in the courtyard and you're about to be burnt before the city residents and them cheering in the background like the witches of the East Week, and then you feel better about yourself. That's no longer being Christ-like from where I am standing. But everything else that Pastor Mukhuba did, I support that. And I support the forgiveness, but thereafter, she should have just put a full stop and excused these gentlemen. That's how I feel, and that's my opinion. So I don't know, guys. I do have very strong opinions about religion. And I'm not just talking Christianity here alone. I'm talking religion as a whole. Look at our world today. Look at our world today. The United States of America, Donald Trump was elected because people who call themselves Christians believe that Donald Trump is a chosen one. Yeah, yeah. A man that is causing havoc in people's lives, including the United States standing itself on a global stage. And now the same people who believe the root cause is God, they are now up in arms against the man they believed that God chose him. This is exactly what I'm talking about. That I don't talk about religion because I've got very strong opinions about it. And if you ever ask me about a conversation on religion, most cases people walk away very upset with me, like angry, because that's how I feel about religion. So I understand where religion started from. I know the history where it all started from. And that's something that many people, especially us black people, don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that. But I'm going to respect your belief because you are entitled to believe in whatever you want to believe in. But what is going on in this matter, I feel it's something good to see, but also very bad to hear. I mean, it takes a big guy to make an apology, but it takes a bigger guy to forgive. You understand? So two people, one did something by mistake and the other one was injured by that mistake. The one that injured the other said, "I'm sorry, I did not know what I was doing." That's exactly what Pastor Mukhuba should have said when she was hearing her name being defamed by Pastor or Brother Enigma, and say, "Lord, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing," and leave it in God's hands. That's my belief that should have happened. And then when you choose to forgive, then forgive unconditionally without interrogation, because that's where the conditions start coming in, because you want to feel like you were right all along. Like she says in the end, "Yeah, I am right. I was always right." As if she is also herself relieved of her own validations. Guys, I don't know. It's just my thought on this one. There's nothing against anybody that I have. I am just voicing my own opinion that if we truly are going to call ourselves a certain group of people that follows a certain religion, I believe that you should follow those texts to the T, because you are now walking in the steps of the greater power that you believe in. In this case, we had Jesus Christ, who was persecuted. He did not retaliate. He did not go to the earthly, government department like a court to say, "Hey, somebody spat on me. I want legal remedy." That's just my opinion, guys. Do what you will with it. It's my opinion. I've been asked about it, and I did say to those that were asking me, "Can I not talk about this?" But you're begged. So here you go. Don't get angry with me. It's just my opinion and my 2 IQs. All right? Other than that, guys, please don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.